You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Okay, Black and White Sports supporters, it is getting ugly, even uglier. I guess you would say, hell, it's been ugly. Even uglier in New England right now. Now we've got a former Patriot great, and I mean all-time Patriot legend, part of those so many of them Super Bowl teams. Just sort of one of the faces of that early Patriots run. A guy that's beloved in New England, coming out and saying it is time. And sadly, you know it's time when somebody like this who loves Bill Belichick. We saw last week, I did the video, Julian Edelman, who is a massive Belichick guy, for the longest time sort of refused to be critical of what it was that Bill Belichick has done. Finally came out and just floored Belichick over the lack of weapons, not making the right personnel decisions on offense. And now you've got Tedy Bruschi. That's right, the great Tedy Bruschi, a guy that, in my opinion, is one of these borderline Hall of Fame guys, but certainly from a Patriots perspective, definitely sort of like a Ring of Honor guy, Hall of Very Damn Good guy, has come out and said, enough is enough. It's time to walk away, Bill Belichick. This isn't working, and Don Shula doesn't matter. I mean, many people think Belichick's hanging around to break Shula's record. And by the way, he's coming up on the most all-time losses in the history of football, too. Just a side note to that, and everybody knows the record. Also, of course, there's talk of Mac Jones being on a short leash. We didn't see that this last weekend. He did not get benched. I thought Mac played better, and if Devontae Parker would have made a catch, things would have come out in the wash looking a little bit better for Mac Jones, but he has come out, made some comments about the fact that he does not care that he's supposedly on this short leash. We'll look at those comments too, and we'll take a look at what is likely, and who would have ever thought this, an impending yard sale, garage sale, fire sale, estate sale from the Patriots at the trade deadline. You think this team is devoid of talent now? I mean, names are starting to emerge, starting to come out. I think when Patriots fans are sitting back going, trade and get Mac some weapons, it may be going the other direction. CBS Sports. Belichick came up a helmet grab short of matching Don Shula's feat of coaching an undefeated team. Belichick can still break another record held by Shula, but one of his former players doesn't think that mark is worth pursuing. And we found out last week in a video I did where Robert Kraft's not going to just let Bill pursue that at the sake of having 2 or 3 or 4 more losing seasons. Belichick has 330 career wins and is behind only Shula's 347. It's generally thought that is one of the reasons why the longtime Patriots coach is still at his post. But amid a 1-5 start in the 2023 season, Patriots Hall of Fame linebacker Tedy Bruschi feels that it's time for his old coach to join him in retirement. Quote, What do I personally feel about how this should go, how this should end with Bill Belichick? This is just my personal feeling on what should happen, Bruschi told ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown via Boston.com. I want him to coach his ass off this season, get 6 or 7 wins, all right, question mark. Can they get 6 wins? I don't know about that. Have them playing respectable at the end of the season and walk away. That's what I want my former coach to do. Shula doesn't matter. You've got multiple Super Bowls over Shula. you're a better coach. And it goes on to talk about whether or not he is a better coach. I do think he's a better coach than Shula. I don't even think that's really close. I don't. Belichick could suffer a similar fate as Shula, despite his glittering record in Foxborough. It was recently reported that Patriots owner Robert Kraft is open to parting ways with Belichick if the team continues to struggle. If that is true, Belichick will need to turn things around quickly if he's going to have an opportunity to break Shula's record. Bruschi, however, doesn't think his coach needs to be the all-time wins record to solidify his place as the NFL's greatest coach. Now, I know a lot of people always bring up Brady in this, but the one thing I always think about is the fact that really every great coach had a great quarterback, okay? I mean, you know, Bill Walsh had Joe Montana, you know? I mean, generally speaking, there's been some great quarterbacks if there's been sort of a dynasty thing happening, right? John Elway in Denver got a couple, you know what I mean? So generally speaking, there are good quarterbacks when there's these great coaches involved. And I think every great quarterback to a certain extent is a system quarterback. You know, Walsh's system, sort of the West Coast offense, that became part of the NFL, and it's used right now. So it's very interesting that somebody that was very, very, very loyal to Bill Belichick has come out and said it's time to go. It is time to go. And I will tell you this, my feeling on it is if you know, you're facing 1-7 after the next two games. I don't think you can fire him in season. I don't think Kraft will do that. I don't think he wants to embarrass Belichick. I think he gets let go after the year, and the biggest reason is when you get around to having top draft picks, okay, you've got to have a better personnel guy to make those draft picks and to rebuild this team. If for no other reason than personnel decisions alone, if Belichick's not willing to bring in a really damn good personnel guy, a general manager, then he's got to go. And I really kind of think maybe he should go anyway because there's too many tentacles of him in this entire equation, right? Mac Jones made some comments yesterday about he's not paying attention to the noise. Maybe he should. He doesn't pay attention to the outside noise and has no presence on social media. So Mac Jones didn't really know he was supposedly on a, quote, short leash. Jones also didn't care. Quote, no, because I don't really pay attention to that stuff, Jones said on WEEI on Monday. Obviously, we talk about it on the interviews and shows. For me, I just want to go out there, try and execute a little bit better each week and get better. Every week's different. Some weeks you're going to run the ball a lot or play action a lot, and some weeks you're going to throw and do all those things. It just depends on the week, and I try not to focus on all of the emotions from outside and really just focus on the team because I really care about the team. I really do have really good relationships with a lot of the guys. We want to do better. We're trying. We're working, and we've got to continue to do that. Maybe if the Patriots had a better option behind Jones, changing quarterbacks might be more realistic. Malik Cunningham was the backup on Sunday, and they also have Bailey Zappi and Will Grier. It is sort of an indictment of Zappi and Grier that, I mean, they're not seeing any time, and they don't have any other options. And one's got to wonder, you know, if I'm Mac Jones's agent in all this, I got to be honest. I think I'm asking for a trade out of there. You know, but I think there was some real truth to the idea that Belichick shopped Mac Jones in the offseason. And I think now, then again, the other thought process could be, you know, you bring in another personnel guy, decide to build around Mac because you got him on another, potentially another season on a low-budget situation contract-wise. But if you're going to draft near the top, you got to think a quarterback is going to be what they're going to be taking. Now, maybe Mac plays and the quarterback sits a year. I don't know. Now, names are starting to show up for trade market value. I mean, holy crap. There could be a fire sale with the Patriots. The Patriots could be having a fire sale because they're that bad. It's just unimaginable, but here we are. Hunter Henry, Josh Uche. I mean, can you imagine if Matthew Judon was healthy right now? He might get traded. They're arguably their best player, Kendrick Bourne, is figured to be on the trade market. I mean, Mac Jones has nobody to throw to now. I mean, and really and truly, Kendrick Bourne, as well as he's playing, he's a number 3 receiver that they're trying to make into a number 1. I mean, Adrian Phillips is Jalen Mills, Kyle Duggar. I mean, who the hell would want Trent Brown? Okay, I mean, maybe as a backup somewhere. Awinu, my God, Bailey Zappi. There ain't nobody trading for Bailey Zappi, but all these names are starting to surface in what's become a truly unimaginable situation. If you're a New England Patriots fan right now, you're in hell. You're in hell, and the Patriots are sort of my pseudo AFC team. I'm a Niners fan, but the Patriots are sort of the team in the AFC that I always pull for. But it's so ugly. It really is. And coaching aside, I think the personnel decisions are enough to get Bill Belichick run out of town. I mean, it's NFL roster malpractice at this point. What he has done with putting around no talent around a quarterback. You know, you're supposed to draft a quarterback, draft a left tackle, draft a wide receiver, draft a tight end. I mean, Michael Mayer was a guy that was on their radar this past week was it with the Raiders, was on their radar in the draft. He screwed the Patriots for that entire first quarter the other day. On the first drive, I think he was 4 receptions and 67 yards at tight end. And then Jakobi Meyers did what he did. And Patriot fans were celebrating Jakobi Meyers destroying the Patriots just because of what Belichick's done. Can't say I blame him. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.